Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
I want to say all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the sincere brethren. I came out there across the four winds, the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth, the good news of Yahweh Shai, proclaiming salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and proclaiming the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man and his wicked empire. So me and the brother, through the Spirit, able to link up out here. So the name of the topic is going to be Esau has no moral high ground. Esau being a so-called white man, because he liked to proclaim himself as this great big humanitarian, the savior of the earth, so on and so forth. But the report just came out that the Israelis, which are so-called white people, the fake Jews, they are starving people in Gaza right now, man. Which we don't care about the people of Gaza, because they, for the most part, are heathens. But they're starving the people of Gaza. What about the transatlantic slave trade, man? What about the genocide of the indigenous people of the Americas? What about what's going on in Haiti, man, right now? Haiti's a shithole country because the so-called white man made them pay reparations for freeing themselves from slavery, man. So where is all this moral high ground that the so-called white man has, man? There's none, man. He could fool you 2/3 of you Negroes with that. He could fool you simple-minded Negroes, you simple-minded other nations with that. Which the other nations, they're up on game, man. It's only you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that still actually revere this so-called white man. The other nations, they call him the great Satan. They say go home, you know what I mean, get out of our country, so on and so forth. It's only you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that have the so-called white man on a pedestal, man. But he's being exposed. Like Job.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth?"
So this goes back to the beginning, what Job is about to say. This is from the beginning. Hear this. This is from the beginning of time. Go ahead.
It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short.
The triumphing of the wicked is short. And who's the wicked? The wicked is the so-called white man, the children of Esau, Edom. The triumphing of the wicked is short, man. Triumphing meaning the victory. Yeah, the so-called white man has the momentary victory right now over us, man. But he's been ruling for what, 500-600 years? What's 500-600 years compared to eternity? The rulership of the children of Israel, of Yahweh Shai, and the children of Israel is going to be for eternity. So what's 500-600 years compared to eternity? That's a short time.
I got two precepts real quick. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 3. It says, matter of fact, verse 2. Slack it. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil." Which
that bottomless pit goes into Europe, man. You understand? Because Europe is a place that's not very fertile. You can't really grow a lot of fruits and vegetables there, man. You understand?
They're going into the resources. You know, they don't have any gold, precious minerals. You know, it's a bottomless pit because that's what is the foundation of a nation. You know, it's their resources. That's why. So Europe don't got no resources.
That's why Europe is so big on what? Colonization. They colonize all these different countries in South America, Africa, Asia. Because these countries, these continents and countries have precious resources.
Matter of fact, Africa is the reason why Europe is still standing to this day. France got over like 22 African colonies, and they're kicking them out of France right now. I mean, not of France, out of those different African countries. And you know, France pretty much is saying that they're not going to leave. They don't want to leave because they understand if they leave those colonies that they will be bankrupt because all their resources come from Africa. So this is why Europe is known as the bottomless pit.
France controls the economy of those countries. They have to spend basically their monetary of a lot of them countries in Africa.
The CFA.
Yeah, the CFA is controlled by what? The France central bank, man. They're not actual colonies, but they're colonies by default, man. Because France controls the economy of these different countries, man.
That's a fact.
Because even what did the Rothschilds say, man? I don't care who make the laws, just give me the money. And I control
the nation as well.
And I control the country.
That's a fact. That's how they got that's how they buy out those different leaders in Africa, man. You know, that's how they're able to get them to pass different laws and legislations to allow them to get their resources for dirt cheap. You know, France, they was giving out, I think it was Burkina Faso and Niger, they get uranium from them. They was giving them, I think, $1 billion a year for the uranium. But ever since they kicked the French out and they nationalized their own resources, they made $18 billion in about 9 months. You know, yeah, in about 9 months or so. You know, so that just shows you how all of Esau's wealth comes from Africa. But yeah, let me finish. It says, verse 3 again, it says, and cast them into the bottomless pit.
Well, a lot of Esau's wealth come from Africa.
Yep.
A lot of it, yeah. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Yeah, most of it, yep.
Con.
A good portion, yep. It says, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
That's going into what? The Dark Ages, man. You know what I mean? The fall of the Roman Empire. When Edom, when Jakes, that took over the Roman Empire, going into the Moors, the Byzantine Empire, all of that, they pushed Edom into the caves, man. The caves of Europe, man. Until the time of what? The Renaissance, man. Which, when you go to the word Renaissance, it means rebirth. That's when Edom came back into power, man. You got what, 1453, the fall of the Byzantine Empire, the Ottoman Turks took over the Byzantine Empire. You got 1492. Christopher Columbus, sailed the ocean blue. Christopher Columbus came over here to this side of the world and started conquering the northern kingdom tribes over here on this side. That's when Edom came back into power, man. The fall of the Moors in Spain and Portugal.
It says, and after that he must be loosed a little season.
That's we're in a little season right now. The last 500-600 years, man.
The scripture say what? One day with the Lord is 1,000 years to men.
God. And that's why going back to Job, like you mentioned, like you read, it says what? The joy of a hypocrite is but for a moment. So that's that connected with that little season. It's just a little time, man.
Yep. I got the other one real quick. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 3. It says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Going to the Renaissance time, man. When they came back into power, they started taking down Jake in Europe, man. Starting with Spain or Portugal with the Moors. And then they worked their way up through all those different countries. France, Germany, England, you know what I mean? Even on to Russia, man. All throughout Europe, they precipitously took Jake down, man. Over the course of hundreds of years.
Yeah, because what happened the Dark Ages, well, in the end of the Dark Ages, you had the bubonic plague. They call it the Black Plague or the Black Death, and that's because it was killing black people. It was Jake's 2/3 of Jake's that was in Europe got put to death. So that kind of weakened us, and Esau saw the opportunity to get up in there into power. Because back in those times, Esau, they were servants. You had some that had, certain positions, but they were mostly servants, and the rest of them were in the caves. So once they saw the Black Death killing our people, they understood there was the curses of Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter, and they knew, that our God is against us. So they saw the opportunity, and what Esau do is he got up into different positions of power, and the main position of power was the papacy with the Vatican. So once they got into the Vatican, that's when it was stamped. With what's his name, Rodrigo Borgia. He got in there and he stamped it.
That's Caesar Borgia's father, right?
Yeah, Caesar Borgia's father. He had his son commissioned to be the son of the Holy Father, because that's one of the titles of the Pope. So they had his son be the son of God, or the son of the Holy Father, which is Caesar Borgia. So that's how Esau got up in there. But it says,
because Edom has always been a usurper, man. And just like in these times, he usurping what? The Israelites' identity, man. Understand?
Yep. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, power of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down.
And that's exactly what's getting ready to happen, man. You go to like Manhattan, man. You see, if you're standing outside of Manhattan, you see the view, like you're in Jersey or you're in Long Island City, Queens. You can see all the fucking buildings, man. But guess what? All of that is going to be turned to naught, man. But Esau building up right now, man. A lot of brothers work construction and they're building up Esau Empire, but we understand, like, we're building this shit up, but the Lord is going to throw it down, man.
That's right.
You understand? So all of this so-called big, beautiful buildings is going to be thrown down, man. From the East Coast to the West Coast, man. From the North to the South.
It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
On the border of wickedness, man. Basically, they're the example of wickedness, man. This place, America, is going to be a monument, just like ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, of how not to live, of how not to be. And it's going to be never inhabited with human beings again, man. It's going to be a perpetual memorial of how not to live, man. So a great destruction is coming upon the shores of Babylon the Great, and that's why we forewarning you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Stop trusting in this so-called, what's that, Isaiah 30, if you want to get it, Isaiah 30, 31, 33. You know what I mean? Stop trusting in this so-called white man. You understand? You voting in this man elections, you believing in this so-called white man. Nah, man. He's a liar, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a deceiver, he's a liar, he's a devil. But we know for a large majority of you, it's going to be too late, man. And you're going to have to face that second death, which is that thermonuclear destruction, because you trusted in the so-called white man. You trusted in America. You trusted in this world. We don't trust in this world. We don't trust in America. We don't trust in $100 bill. We don't trust in the riches of this world, man. We use the world, we don't abuse it. But majority of you, Jakes, you abuse this world because you of the world, man. Coming in adultery, murder. You want to make it according to this world, even if you have to sell out, so on and so forth. So the Lord ain't dealing with you.
Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
The rebellious children is 2/3 of Jake, man. 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You're rebellious, man. You don't want to hear the word of the Lord. You don't want to hear stop eating abominable food, pork, crab, shrimp, lobster. You don't want to hear stop committing adultery. You don't want to hear stop smoking weed. So guess what? Who don't hear? It's feel, man. What they call a hard head mixed for what? A soft ass, man. And this is the whooping you don't want, man. The whooping that's coming down upon the earth is a whooping that you don't want, man. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah, and the counsel of the Lord is going into these prophecies, man. Jacob's trouble, all the plagues of the last days. You know, our people, they're not taking counsel of the prophets. They're taking counsel of the so-called white man. The so-called white man is on the news telling them that, you know, the economy is at its best. You know, the tariffs is bringing in money to America. There's more jobs than ever, but before the employment is at an all-times low. So they trust in the so-called white man. A lot of them voted for Trump, you know, thinking that he's gonna make their life better, man. You know, so the Lord said that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
God, because all you Jakes doing is adding sin to sin. Because that's what the white man is going to give you. Is going to be more license to sin. Or you want to be a homosexual, go ahead. You want to hey, weed is legal now. You want to smoke weed, you want to buy weed in the shops, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You want man want to become a woman, a woman want to become a man, go ahead. So on and so forth, man.
Yep.
Adultery, yeah, that's cool. No more punishment for adultery, man. So on and so forth. Giving the woman the rulership over the man. Just adding sin to sin. Wicked to wickedness, man.
It says, verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not as at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
And this is modern day Egypt, man.
Yep.
You look at the back of the dollar bill, what you have a pyramid. Washington DC, what you have an obelisk. A lot of the architecture and ways is of this country, America, is based upon what? Ancient Egypt. And what's one of the main things too? The children of Israel, they were in slavery in ancient Egypt, and they're in slavery in modern day Egypt all over again, which is America, man, United States. And you go out to go down in Egypt, and you trust in Egypt, man. You trust in you woman, you trust in Section 8, you trust in our food stamps, man. You are 2/3 you trust in the American military. Well, nothing is gonna happen to America, because we got the best military in the world, so on and so forth. You really trust and believe in these things, man. You trust and believe that the so-called white man is gonna be ruling forever, man. But guess what? The Lord has a rude awakening for you, man. And where the white man go down, 2/3 of you Jakes is gonna go down too, man. As you trust and you believe, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, man.
Yep. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Because there's going to come a time where the so-called white man ain't going to have the answers. You Jakes, you're going to be searching for the answers. He ain't going to have the answers, man. 911 ain't going to be working. The government ain't going to have the answers.
Yeah.
There's going to be military in the streets. You ain't going to know what the hell to do. So that's going to be your shame, man. Because you're going to be confounded. Like, damn, shit, what are we going to do? damn, I remember those men on the street corners, they was talking about this was gonna happen. I didn't believe it, but shit, now it's here, so you're gonna be ashamed, man. And unless you're an 11-hour Israelite, you're not gonna be saved, man. You're gonna be asked out.
Yeah.
Scripture speak about they shall seek me early. Yeah, but for the majority of you, it's gonna be finished, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna be out there, man.
Yeah, because you know, Esau always got like some form of, you know, healing. When the 2008 happened, they had what, quantitative easing. They always got something to fix stuff. But what they do is they put a Band-Aid over a big ass gash, a gaping wound, and you know, they got the people thinking that, you know, everything is all good, everything is healed, you know, the economy's fixed, quantitative easing and all that. But what it is making the economy worse, you know? So the Lord said your trust in the shadow of Egypt is gonna be a confusion, because it's gonna come a point in time, like the brother said, that there's not gonna be no answers from the government. You know, you're gonna turn on the news and, you know, you're gonna find out we're in full-blown war, the economy collapsed, and then there is no answers. What are we gonna do about it? There won't be no quantitative easing, man. The solution in that time was gonna look like the solution is gonna be the RFID chip. And that's how they're gonna get people, man. They're gonna say, you know, if you wanna get back to normal, how society was, you gotta take this chip and everything will be all good, you know? So this time ain't gonna be no quantitative easing, ain't gonna be this, ain't gonna be that, man. Ain't gonna be no government bailouts. It's gonna be the chip, man. Back in Job.
You was done with Isaiah?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh yeah, you go back to Job.
All right, Job chapter 20 and 4 again. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
So the joy of the hypocrite, because Esau, Edom he's the ultimate hypocrite, man. A hypocrite is what you could look up that word hypocrite, man. Hypocrite.
Look it up.
Yeah, hypocrite is basically a person that goes against, like he telling you one thing, but he's doing the same thing he's telling you not to do, man. He basically being a devil. You understand? He's the ultimate hypocrite, man. He goes to destroying the different places of peoples of the world, but then acting like he's a savior.
Yeah, this is hypocrite. The etymology from the 1200. It says hypocrite. It says false pretender to virtue or religion.
False pretender to virtue and religion. Man. And false pretender to virtue and religion. He's the ultimate hypocrite when it comes to that, man. Because he put up himself as the Lord, man. Yeah. But at the same time, he's telling you there's no God. He's telling you there's a Big Bang Theory. But then he's telling you, well, if there's a God, I am God, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I am the truth. You understand?
Yep. Yeah, like you said, he's always acting like he got this moral high ground, you know. He's helping people. You know, Congress, they make you swear on the Bible. You know, they got the whole Bible. They believe in God, you know. God bless America and God we trust. You know, Trump talking about God, you know, how God is the one that saved them from getting shot and all that BS. You know, meanwhile, they're all hypocrites, man. They don't believe anything the scriptures say, you know? Because if they did, they would have put themselves in slavery to us. They would have gave the Native Americans their land back. You know, they would have gave us they would have given us everything, man. They're not doing that. That's how you know they don't believe the scriptures, man. Esau is not willing to humble himself, man. And this is why the elect, you know, the 144,000, they're going to have to be the ones to come down and put this devil in chains, man, to humble him, you know?
This is because 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, his devices going into his trickery, man. You know, that's what that word goes into. You know, Satan's devices, you know, he comes in different forms, you know? He has the news, you know, he has the sellouts that he's paying, you know, to be pro-Edomites, talking about violence is not the answer. Esau will straight up murder niggas, man, murder Jake, and Jake will rise up, you know, start tearing shit apart. And Esau send these leaders out to Alp, Sharpton, and TD Snakes, come out and tell you, violence is not the answer, and this and this and that, you know? So, read that part again.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, we're not ignorant of his devices. You know, we already know this man's, this man's playbook.
His MO.
You know, his MO. You know, it's always the same playbook. He never switched it up, man. Going all the way back, you know, to slavery. You know, the different methods he was using to break our people up. You know, Jim Crow, the Jim Crow era. You know, the civil rights era. The same agenda that he had back then is the same agenda he has to this day, man. Nothing's changed. We're not ignorant of his devices, man. All right?
I got a precept for that. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, that's right. So never trust thine enemy, man. And our enemy, when you read, I think it's Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it describes all our enemies, starting with the so-called white man. You know, it says the so-called white man, Moab, Ishmael, you know, and then it goes on and lists all the other nations. So anybody that's not an Israelite, that's our enemy, man. All right? So, read that part again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, the chief enemy being the so-called white man. So just like iron rust, so is his wickedness, man. You know? Iron, you can't stop iron from rusting. You know, yeah, once it rusts, you know, you can use different chemicals, different things to remove that rust, but iron is going to rust. You know? I think it's, you know, according to Esau, oxidization or some shit like that. I remember that from high school and shit. But, you know, that's what make iron rust. You know, so as long as there's oxygen, iron is always going to rust. And oxygen is everywhere forever. So the Lord said, what? As iron rusts, so is his wickedness. Meaning what? It never goes away. You know? Even if you remove the rust from the iron, a couple years later, it's going to rust again. So that's the so-called white man, you know? He act like he's for everybody. You know, he act like he believes in equal rights. Everybody's equal, you know? But he never changed, man. He still got those sundown towns over there, I think in Mississippi or Missouri.
All over, yeah.
You said what?
All over different states.
Yeah, all over different states. The Midwest, the South. You know, they got this new town being built, I think it's in Missouri, an all-white town, man. Or Edomite town, which, hey, listen, we don't have no problem with it. That's how it should be in the first place. Every race should stick to their own. But when you listen to their speech, you know, they're having it because they're sick of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Of you Israelites. Go ahead.
Come. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, that's right. So just like a looking glass, because in the ancient times, the mirrors, they were metal. You know, you could have like a brass mirror, you could have a, you know, silver mirror, iron mirror, whatever. You know, so it'll be rust that'll be in the mirror, and then you would have to wipe it out. You know, so it says, though he humble himself and go crouch it, take it, heed, and beware of him. And you're gonna know his rust has not been wiped away. His rust is talking about his wickedness, man. You know, his racism, his Edomite supremacy, man. You know, on social media, you got this dude named Joey Swole, this Edomite devil. You know, he's this Edomite. He does a lot of workouts. You know, he does a lot of so-called content and shit, and he basically be rebuking women that go to the gym and talk shit about men being around. You know how they do that? Yeah. They go to the gym, record themselves, and then a man will quickly glance, and then they'll call the man a creep. So his whole base is him like rebuking those women. So Hulk Hogan just died, and he was paying tribute to Hulk Hogan, and he said something about, oh yeah, you mad at me for praising him, but you got the colored athletes that do that. So then now Jake is all in the uproar. You know what I'm saying, about him saying colored, how he's racist and shit. But it shouldn't be no surprise, man. That's the so-called white man for you, man. It didn't come as a surprise to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's an Esau nature, man. Why is it a surprise, man?
Yeah, like I said, Jake is the only one that's still fooled by the Esau moral high ground, man.
Yeah.
You simple, stupid-minded Jakes, man. You still fooled by the white man calling you a nigga, the white man being a devil against you. Like, wake the fuck up, man. Like, I swear, like Jake back 100 years ago is more up on game than you simple-minded niggas today, man. You pacified, weak-minded Negroes, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Lord gonna really have to put the spirit upon you Jakes to get it cracking with these crackers, man.
That's right.
And that's because a lot of you Jakes are weak-minded, man, and simple-minded, man.
Yep. Yeah, Esau come give Jake a dap, and Jake think that Esau ain't racist, man.
Jake is simple, man.
Simple.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Kind of that's exactly what the white man did. He overthrew the Native Americans. Now he's an American.
Yeah.
He's the indigenous American now.
Yep.
Know what I mean? He stole you, he fucked over, he stole you Jakes from West Coast of Africa and brought you over here. And then saying, oh, well, your own people sold you, man. Or, well, we really rescued you, man, because you was uncivilized monkeys, man.
And even when you go into like the royals of Europe, like England and shit like that, Jake was marrying Esau into their family. You know what I'm saying? And you have like a daughter of queen. Well, you have a king, he'll have a daughter of queen, and then she'll marry an Edomite, you know, trusting him. And then eventually the nigga will take over the whole heritage. They did that with Gad, the so-called Native Americans.
Oh, yeah.
They'll find oil in a certain...
There's a movie on that.
Yeah, the movie.
Blood, what is it?
Flower Moon? No, is it?
Something of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, some of the Flower Moon. You know what I'm saying? Esau marry into that. You know what I'm saying? And then get so-called Native American rights, and then they'll get right to the land and enrich themselves, man. Yep. Look at what Esau did with Jake's inventions. You know, you have Jake's so-called Negroes that have come up with a new invention, and then they'll go demonstrate it maybe to Esau. Like, oh, look, oh, yeah, show me how it works. Oh, yeah, you do this, you do that, you do that. Oh, okay, yeah, I bet. And before you know it, the nigga Esau get the patent for it. Yep. And you're like, damn, bro, all the work, you know, work for all these years for coming with this invention, and then Esau got the credit for it, man. Yep. You know? So never trust your enemy. At least he stand up in thy place, man.
Now that let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Yeah. Like, man, I should have never trusted this damn cracker.
And you have Jake be on the YouTube like, damn, man, we should never.
Yeah.
Talking about, what the fuck you been, nigga? You should have been knew that, man.
Yeah.
You lit to the game, man.
That's right.
Who will pity a charmer? We're not gonna pity you, man. For trusting in this devil, and all of a sudden the devil fuck you niggas over, man. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? And Esau is that serpent, man. Going back to the garden, man. Yeah. Or any such as come nigh wild beasts. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? Esau Edom is the ultimate sinner, man. So you Jakes, you join onto this. You want to be American. You want constitutional rights. You want this and that. Okay, you join with him. So when he fuck you over, don't be surprised, man. Well, we're not gonna pity you, man. As we warned you already.
Like, you got these Jakes, these niggas, they'll be cool with Esau. They have all Edomite friends. They'll go maybe on a camping trip with Esau, on a fishing trip, and they'll end up finding a nigga getting lynched. And they'll say, oh yeah, the nigga committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's no surprise, man. Like, who will pity a charmer or such as come now wild beast? Esau's the wild beast. Esau's that serpent, man. You know? Look at this devil's history. What will make you think you can trust this devil, man? You know? Oh, not all white people are bad. Look at their history. What the fuck do you mean?
Khan, I got something. Unless you got something.
No, I still got Joe, but go ahead.
Khan, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 55. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
You got it.
Khan, let me read again. He had put forth his hands, Psalm 55 and 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. Khan. And one of the main examples of that is our good brothers, the Native Americans, man. They ain't treated you with peacefully. But what? You put forth your hands against, meaning that you acted violence upon them. You killed them, took their land, took their resources, so on and so forth. Man. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. What do brothers always go into? The hundreds of treaties, or 400 or 500 treaties that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, signed with the Native American tribes just here in America, and he broke all of them, man. So what that shows you, man? He's a devil, man. What does devil mean? Deceiver, man. Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Kind of that stands to this day. Esau get on TV with his suit and a tie. We looking for peace. We're looking to unity. All this BS, yes, we're doing this in the name of love. We invading Iraq to set Iraqi people free. We in Vietnam to fight communism, to save the world. What did just do in Iran? Oh, we are bombing Iran because they want nuclear missiles. It's for the greater good of the world, to keep the world safe. But you the devil. You the one who keeping the world unsafe, man. You the only nation that dropped atomic weapons, which is like basically the first level of nuclear weapons, on any country in the world. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? You invading these different countries, man. Afghanistan, Iraq, Vietnam. But yet we still supposed to believe in you? Nah, man. You the devil, man. You the one who committing all these violence throughout the entire world, man. And really, this goes back, like I was saying, with the Native Americans, with Jake from the west coast of Africa, being the transatlantic slave trade. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Kind of. Esau Edom is a man of war, man. Going back to Alexander, where they said he wept when there was no more lands to conquer. So Esau Edom is always about war, man. That's why there's a thing called what? The military-industrial complex, man. The backbone of Esau's power and rulership is what? Military. That's what props America up. That's what props the US dollar up, man. The American military, man. His ability to wage war upon you, man.
The scriptures, the blessing of Esau was the sword.
The sword, yeah, exactly.
You know? The Lord said, by thy sword should thou live. So everything Esau would have, his whole empire would be based upon bloodshed. And that's how the so-called white man got his whole kingdom.
God, exactly. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. God. Columbus, when he hits Hispaniola, he was like, yo, them Simeonites there in Hispaniola, they treated him like a brother, man. And what did he write back to Spain? Say he's like, yo, with a few hundred men, you could take over the whole island, man. He's like, yo, these niggas sweet. But they were just being brotherly, man. Because we know the different tribes. They were warriors too. If they really wanted to wipe Esau out, once he touched the shores, they could have done that, man. And there was some Native Americans and different of the tribes advocating to wipe Esau out. But, you know, a lot of these chiefs and different top men, they basically allowed Esau, man. They like, yo, allow it. You know what I'm saying? They treated them, man. But really, that was the spirit of the Lord because the prophecies had to be fulfilled, man. Because if they wiped out Esau, then what would happen? The prophecies that went in, so they had to entreat Esau. Esau had to do what? Psalms 55, 20 and 22, 22. You understand? Psalm chapter 55, verse 22. Actually, that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Okay, I got Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Yeah, going into how Esau conquered everything that he has. I want to talk about America, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, all of Europe. You know, they stole it from us, which before then they stole it from Japheth. But everything that the so-called white man has, he got it by bloodshed. He stole it. So the Lord said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. So all Esau got to do is just sign a bill, a legislation, and it'll give him the power to do whatever you want to do. You know, he'll sign a bill saying that the Native Americans are savages, that the so-called Negroes are 3/5 of a human being. So that allows them, that gives them the right to do us dirty, man, because we're not considered people. You know, we're less than animals, so they could treat you however they want to treat you. So it says, verse 2, it says, and they covered fields and take them by violence. And that's what they did with Gad, the so-called Native Americans. And they're still doing that to this day in the Middle East, you know, framing different leaders just to have an excuse to go in their countries and take over the oil fields and the poppy fields, you know, in Afghanistan, Iraq, you know, and so on and so forth. It says, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against his family do I devise an evil. The family is the family of Edom, the so-called white race. You know, I think there's another version that says, against this race do I devise an evil. So the race of the Edomites, the so-called white man. And the evil is talking about what? Nuclear destruction. You know, and after that is going to be what? 1,000 years of captivity. So it says, do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go heartily, for this time is evil. That's right. So ain't gonna be no more pride. Ain't gonna be no boasting about how great America is, and you know how America should be only a white country, kick out the so-called aliens, illegal aliens. Ain't gonna be none of that, man. It says, in that day shall one take up a parable against you and lament with a doleful lamentation and say, we be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. How have he removed it far from me? Turning away, he have divided our fields. And that's what the so-called white man has done, you know, to the other countries, to the other nations. And now all these other nations are all rising up and asking for their stuff back, man. You know, you got so-called Australians asking for their lands back. You got
the indigenous Australians.
Yeah, the indigenous Australians asking, Aborigines asking for their lands back.
Japhetic people.
You know, you got this island, I forgot the name of it, but it's in the Indian Ocean, and between the Indian Ocean and Africa. But basically, Esau.
Madagascar?
No, it's a different island. I forgot the name.
Seychelles?
It's where the Diego Garcia, that island.
Oh, Diego Garcia.
Yeah, Diego Garcia is over there by the Indian Ocean in the Middle East.
Oh,
but it's a strategic base for America and the U.S.
Yeah.
And basically the people there, they're Jakes, and they're asking for their lands back, you know, for their country back, for their island. And Esau said, nah, we're not giving it back.
Some of them could be Jakes.
No, I think they're descendants of slaves.
Oh.
But yeah, I think they're descendants of slaves, because I looked it up. You know, but yeah, you still gonna have heathens amongst them. But yeah, so you have all these nations all rising up against Esau, asking for their stuff back. So this is what this is going into.
Kind of got something. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and this is the point right here, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So evils were multiplied in the earth when what? Alexander and his men after him, his generals after him, which were the Greeks, the Greek Edomites. The Edomite Greeks came into power, man. And same thing to them, man. But Esau, Edom came back into power, what? Wickedness multiplying in the earth, man. To this day. That's why America is known as what? Modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, man. What was Sodom and Gomorrah known for? LGBTQism.
Precept. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Kind of hand meaning what I think goes back to Hebrew word yad, which means power, man. Yep. The power of the world is in the hand is in the hand of the wicked, and Esau Edom. Everybody know Esau Edom runs the world, man. What so-called white people run the world? Everybody in the world know the so-called most powerful people on earth is white people, man. Everybody know that. Even Jake in the world, man. Everybody know that. Heathens, Jake, everybody. So this could only apply to the so-called white man, man.
It says, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
And who is the judges of the earth? The chief judge is Yahweh Shai. Like the brother went into earlier, Rodrigo Borgia commissioned what his son to be put up as what? The son of the Most High, man. And Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly really calls Jesus Christ, he's the chief judge of the world. And who's the next judge after the Israelites? So that's why they put themselves up as the Israelites, man. You understand?
Yep.
And if not, where and who's it? Esau, Edom, and the devil. If this man ain't the wicked, who is it, man? It can't be the Africans, it can't be Brazilians, it can't be Mexicans, it can't be Chinese. They're not running the world, man. Esau, Edom, is the so-called white man is running the world, man. Like I stated before, hey, everybody knows that the most powerful people on the earth are so-called white people, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, and that's how you know it's talking about the so-called white man, because he's the only people, the only race to dominate the whole earth. And the way he started dominating is by the way of his Christianity, colonialism, by putting up this white Jesus, this white God. God looks like me, his son looks like me, the saints, the angels, everybody in heaven looks like me. So that makes me superior. So that's how you know it's talking about him.
In tandem with the sword.
Yeah, yep, with the sword.
The sword, religion and the sword.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. If you don't worship this white God, you're gonna get put to death.
Yep.
That's how Christianity, Catholic, Christianity in general, not just Catholicism. Christianity spread throughout the earth, man.
Yep.
You know, by the sword, man. And then you got these Christians. They be mocking them Muslims, talking about, you know, when a Muslim do a bugged out shit, they'll be like, oh, this is supposed to be the religion of peace. Oh, look at the history of Christianity, man. It's nothing but bloodshed. Listen, Christianity Christians have more blood on their hands than Muslims do. That's a fact. You know? You got billions of people you slaughtered, man, for your religion to be pushed. And you want to talk about some damn Muslim. Fuck them too, man. But your religion is more bloody than these goddamn Arabs, man.
Yep.
Got some? This is Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall.
God, hey, that's beautiful, man. So we seeing wickedness being multiplied as Esau, Edom, and power. But what? The righteous, the hopeful elect, we're gonna see their fall, man. Because Esau, Edom will surely fall. Malachi, the 1st chapter. You think you read that earlier, man? Esau will surely fall, man. It is written, man. Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning. So you could patent it, man. You could put all your money in it. Esau, Edom, America will be destroyed. America will fall, man. Just like all the ancient kingdoms of the past, America will be no different.
Another quick one, and then I can go back to Job.
Okay, we'll probably wrap up like in 5.
All right, bet. This is 2 Ezra 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
God, so hey, wickedness exceedingly polluted the whole earth. So what? The Lord have to bring the sword, the destruction, man. You understand? And the chief destruction is going to come via the thermonuclear destruction. But this destruction is going to happen before that, man. That's why Yahweh said, what shall I be if I already be kindled, man? Because, hey, all type of destruction is going to be going on. People are going to be killing one another, invading one another. All hell is going to break loose, like brothers like to see. All is going to break loose. The country, the world is going to be in chaos. Esau, going to bring in that chip, our temptation. But there's still going to be a level of chaos and uncertainty same way, man. Because guess what? Just because you take the chip, that don't mean you're going to eat, man. And that's another thing a lot of you niggas going to get caught up. You're going to take the chip, and Esau's going to say, fuck you, man. Mark that, that's going to happen, man. A lot of you jakes going to take the chip, and then Esau will be like, fuck you, man. You're not getting no food, man. We don't have no food for you.
That's why it says the strength of Pharaoh is going to be ashamed.
Exactly.
You know? You're going to take that chip expecting to get your rations, because that's how Esau going to have it. You get your UBI, you just got paid your UBI, $2,000 for the month. You know, you go in line and to get your ration, and Esau could just be on some shit like, you know what, you're not qualified, nigga.
It's clip.
You know what I'm saying? It's clip. Oh, you know what, ain't no more food. I show you in the movie Contagion. They went in line to get food, and once they ran out, they start attacking the military. The military had to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be, man. Just because you take that mark, that chip, doesn't mean that you're gonna get fed and be in good good position, man.
A lot of you just gonna take it and you get fucked over, man.
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna get cancer. You know, you're gonna get all types of plagues, man. You're gonna be getting sick all the damn time, headaches. You know, you take that chip, man. It's over for your life, man. You're not gonna live long. You know, the lifespan, people that take the chip, their lifespan might be what, like 60 some years old now. It might go down to 40. You know what I'm saying? 30 years old. You get 35, nigga, you don't live past 35. You know, because this technology is detrimental to your health. I could go back to Job.
Yeah, if y'all like.
Yep. Back in Job chapter 20, verse 5, it says that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto to the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
So Esau going up into the space program, up into the heavens. Elon Musk trying to go to Mars. Basically, they're in that God complex. But guess what? The Lord is going to bring him down, man. The Lord's going to cast Esau, Edom down, man.
It says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
God, because Esau rulership is when we're in the kingdom, we're going to be like, damn, Esau ruled over us? It's going to be like, you wake up from a dream like, damn, did that really happen? Like, it's like fleeting. Like, you can't really remember what the dream is about. Same way, we're not going to really be able to remember this captivity. Is like, damn, it's like, were we really in captivity? It's like going to be like glimpses in your head, like, you don't even really remember that shit, man. You understand?
Yep. It says, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods.
So basically, if you could read up a little bit.
It says, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him.
Basically, Esau is going to be uprooted out of the power, man. He's not going to be in his place of authority anymore, man. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be beholding Esau as the most powerful, man. He's going to be, like it says, Satan cast down from heaven. Can't say it's gonna be like that. Esau's gonna be cast down as the lowest nation, man, from the top nation, so to speak, turns of power to the lowest nation.
Yep. It says his bones are full of the sins of his youth. Which shall lie down.
Esau been a devil from the beginning, going up to king.
Yep. It says, which shall lie down with him in the dust, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat and his bowels is turned, it is the gall of ass within him.
Basically going into the fall of Esau. I think you read something about trying to seek to please the poor.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's his whole humanitarian thing. But we all know it's bullshit. It's bullshit, his whole humanitarian endeavors. But even in that, he's a devil, man. Because the Red Cross collect all this money for Haiti, and Haiti, they didn't see that shit.
Yeah, they got like, I think it's like 30 billion. They spent $1 million, and they built like 6 to 10 houses, and they pocketed the rest. And that's how it is, not just in Haiti, all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, they got these commercials, they ask you to spare some change for them Africans, but only 50 cents. So with only a quarter, you could donate, and you thinking you helping them kids, well, none of them ever get to see that, man.
Why do they ask Bill Gates and Elon Musk, man? These niggas are fucking 100 billions, man. Why the fuck are they asking you, Jamal in the hood, to donate to some Africans, man? Nigga, go ask Bill Gates. He could give you $1 billion easy, man.
Yeah.
He could cure Africa of poverty easy, man.
Yeah,
Show me that the white man is ultimate devil.
Yeah.
Because these devils, they could rid all of that shit, that power, what's called hunger crisis, all of that shit, like that. But there's a devil, man.
Yeah, they got what, 99? They said, no, I think it's 90% of the wealth is owned by the top 1%.
Yep.
90% of the world's wealth. You know, here it is, you got 8 billion people, and 99% of the wealth is only owned by a few hundreds to a few thousand. You know, whereas the other billions of people, they all suffering, man. That's why it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Yep. And when the wicked are in power, the people mourn, man. Everybody's in mourning. That's why you got protests all over the world right now, man. And that's a sign of Esau's downfall. Because the scriptures say that in the end, before the Lord brings judgment, it's going to be uproars of the people. So that's a sign that the wicked is in rulership, man. Right. Yeah, it says, but Job 20:14, yet his meat and his bowels is turned, it is the gall of ass within him. It's talking about what? His money, his financial system. Like it says in, I think it's in James, it says your riches are corrupt and your garments are moth-eaten. Your money was gotten by bloodshed, you know, so it's tainted money. It's tainted with blood, you know, blood money. It says, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of ass, the viper's tongue shall slay him. So yeah, man, all that money, all the wealth he got, the elect is gonna inherit that, man. You know, the scriptures tell you that the saints is gonna take the kingdom. Once you overtake another kingdom, like the Persians overtook the Babylonians, you know, like the Greeks overtook the Persians. When you take over a kingdom, you take their wealth, you know? And Esau is the wealthiest kingdom, man. These elites, they got vaults. Vaults that's cities worth of gold, man. You know? So guess what? That's going right to the elect, man. That's what this is going into. It says, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which is desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. Yeah, so Esau, he ain't gonna get away with all the crimes he committed, man. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
There's new order. So Jake, the hand of the wicked goes into Jake. Because Jake is gonna rise up, man.
Yep.
Because even 2/3 they're gonna do damage to Esau, man. Yeah, we get on the 2/3, yeah, rightfully so, but 2/3 is gonna be instrumental in fucking Esau up too, man. Yeah, they're gonna realize they were fucked over, man.
In Isaiah 19, the Lord said, the land of Judah shall be a terror to Egypt. So these niggas gonna tear shit apart. You see how it was in 2020, the George Floyd protests? How Esau was in fear, man, when Jake was coming around, because they know Jake is not, you know, you can't stop Jake, man. You know, when a cop comes to stop one Jake, they'll bring 5 different cops, 5, 10 different cops, man, for one Jake, you know, because they know we're stronger than them, you know?
It happened with, his name, Eric Garner. The dude
Yeah.
got choked out.
Yeah, yep.
Like 4 or 5 cops.
Yeah, facts.
Choked him
Oh,
out.
God, I forgot about dude. Yeah,
That was in Long Island. Staten Island.
I forgot. Yeah.
No, it was Staten Island.
Yeah. Yep.
Choked out. And they got off.
That's right. And it says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Not nuclear destruction, man.
Yep.
Because when Esau, Edom basically are synchronizing his new world order, that's when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua going to put that evil thought in the kings of the earth mind to what?
Yep.
Shooting their missiles one upon another. Russia should shoot missiles upon America, China, North Korea, India, Pakistan, shoot missiles on America. Man.
Yeah, just like and the Babylonians, the Babylonian king, I think it was Belteshazzar, if I'm not mistaken, the Babylonian king that was basically partying. Belshazzar, so it was here. He was partying when the Lord sent the Persians to take him down, to take the Babylonians down.
The writing came on the wall.
Yeah, the white writing was on the wall. So same thing with Esau, the elites, man. They're gonna be eating, feasting, you know, with their new order. And guess what? The Lord is gonna send the angels down to take them down. You know, starting with the missiles, of course, because you know this is the modern Babylon, and the Persians is the Iranians, you know, and the Medes being the Russians. So the Medes and Russians are going to take down this new Babylon, man, by the way of the thermonuclear missiles, and as well as Yahweh.
All the allied nations,
Yep.
China.
That's right, China. Yep.
Pakistan, North Korea.
Yeah, NATO.
They're going to shoot missiles up. Yeah, even NATO, the 10 horn shall hit the whole, man.
Yeah,
Because
right.
even these different NATO countries, France, Germany, England, that have the missiles, they're going to shoot missiles upon America ultimately too.
Yeah.
Because that's according to biblical prophecies. Because for whatever reason, but we even seen it, why they're going to hate the whole, man. Because they're going to realize America's a piece of shit, man. They've been deceiving them the whole time. They drag them into this World War III.
Yeah.
And because they're going to get fucked up, man. Them European countries, Russia,
Yeah.
is going to fuck them up, man. It's going to be like, damn, man, America dragged us into this shit. Let's shoot missiles upon America also.
That's right.
But it's going to be beautiful to see these things manifest, man. Because we have the summary of it, but to actually see every detail manifest, that's what we're living through right now, man.
That's right.
Every detail playing out, man.
Yeah.
And Trump is the man to forward this in the right direction, man. Lord willing, he's the last Caesar of modern day Rome, man.
That's right.
And so with that, hope your brothers and sisters were edified. Going to our praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. The honors to the apostles, elders of great millstone who will well, and shalom to the elect. Kwame Ashallah, Baba Ball.